how to easily swap out a hardwired smoke or a combination smoke and carbon monoxide detector. So let's start off by removing the detector from the base plate. It'll be counterclockwise, and that usually will release the detector from the base plate. Now you'll take that non-contact voltage tester again and confirm that we have no power running to this detector. Now you can troubleshoot this unit. I tried swapping the batteries out. The next level would be with the batteries out to hold the test button for 30 seconds to see if you can dissipate any of the energy that might be held in a capacitor. Then put the batteries back in to see if it stops chirping. Or lastly, if you have a can of compressed air, you can kind of blow out the internals to see if you can loosen up some dust. And again, it will stop chirping. Those are kind of the troubleshooting steps if you don't want to buy a new unit. But here I did buy a new unit. I'm just going to swap it out. So now let's remove our old detector by just pressing the two tabs on the outside of the connector coming off the pigtail. Now we'll have our smoke detector, our failed unit that we want to swap out as reference for our new unit. You can take this down to Home Depot. Just know Kidde, K-I-D-D-E, is commonly a brand you'll find at Home Depot, and then First Alert is commonly a brand you'll find at Lowe's. Now, you'll want to reference your connector here. That's what you're going to want to match up. Just know that you might not be able to match that up because it might be obsolete, like in this instance. So I do like to stay to the same brands, and I went with the combination because again, this is a smoke and carbon monoxide detector, and I went with the one that's hardwired and it has two AA batteries as the battery backup. Our unit here, and we can see the harness is actually quite a bit different. We look at the pigtail and it just is not exactly the same, kind of the same pin pattern there, but we do not have the two tabs that would hold it in. So that is going to be a little bit of an issue, but I'm going to give you a few options. And then we also have a new base plate. Hopefully we can reuse the old one plate here. So I'll just go ahead and rotate that clockwise, and looks like I'm good to go. And if you really want to avoid that rewiring, I'll show you how this adapter harness might save the day. Now, if I'm using this adapter, and there's a link in the description for your reference, it's about $5, but it makes the rewiring simple. There is no rewiring really, you're just adapting from the new connector to the existing one we had wired in. If you don't have the adapter, I would remove the wire nuts, and as a DIY homeowner, I do recommend that you would use lever nuts. So these are Wago 221 lever nuts, and it just makes for a consistent, better connection than wire nuts for most homeowners. I'm going to straighten out the solid core wire, and we're going to have a white, black, and red. You will have to strip off the red wire on the new pigtail because that isn't always used, so they cap it off. We're going to use all three in this one. So we'll start off by closing our lever here on the red. That's completely wired. Now our black hot, completely wired, and our white neutral, completely wired. Easy as that when it comes to Wago lever nuts. Tuck everything up and away, and then again, we're just going to clip this new harness into our new detector, rotating that and securing it in place. Then we'll flip our breaker, get our power back on, and we'll see we have a green LED, which looks good, but also run a test. Press the test for about 5 seconds. It's going to be loud, so I cover up the speakers here. It'll run through 2 smoke and 2 carbon monoxide detections, but also make sure the other detectors are going off too. Now let me know if you're hitting any roadblocks or got any questions down in the comments below the video.